but it's
Hey, you guys, welcome back. We are back. We are
yes.
back, you guys. We are back for, well, another year of Black Blossom, which is happening March of 2026.
Mhm.
We are back at it. We've been working behind the scenes, but now it's time to let you guys in. So if you're joining us for the very first time, my name is Tracy.
And I am Michelle, the other half.
And we are the co-founders of Black Blossom, which is a luxury retreat for Black women to center rest and
Mhm.
wellness in the beautiful Salchi, Oaxaca, Mexico. I'm
Yes.
excited.
On the
It's so
beach.
pretty. On the beach. On the beach. On the beach with amazing food.
Yes.
It's like the food.
Yeah, the food is it. Like all the other things are great, we're great, but the food just really, it's
It
like,
like takes
sure,
it over the top. Well, the beach and the water and the waves take it over the top.
right. But the
But
food is like, sure, you can accompany me.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So just to give you guys a little bit of backstory, we launched our first Black Blossom Retreat in March of this year, and it was amazing. And I think total was like 12 of us, 12 to 14 of us
Yeah.
this year. And we had a wonderful time and it was so picturesque. That's one of the things about this location is the fact that you don't need much because the scenery is everything. The ocean waves so centered around just resetting your system, giving you the opportunity to slow down, and so you have nature as your background, which is beautiful. And we are, again, booking out the entire hotel, which is a boutique hotel. And I'll let Michelle talk a little bit more about that. But
Yes.
we are excited to come back, and registration is officially open. And if you are a previous member of Black Blossom or one of the founding retreatees, check your email because there was a little treat in there for you guys.
Absolutely. So I'm Michelle. I'm super excited to be a part of this again. We had such an amazing time earlier this year. March was our first official Black Blossom. Tracy and I, working together on this project that we absolutely loved. It was so relaxing to just be there, unwind, listen to the ocean, eat the amazing food every single day. So we're excited to bring it back for 2026 as well. We know lots of folks do retreats and all the things. And what I realized personally is that everyone brings, their flair, their style, or whatever to their group, and so on and so forth. And I feel that with the two of us, one of the things I think we really cherish a lot is being able to unwind because we're both entrepreneurs. We both have a lot of things going on. We have just constant busy. But being able to go over there and just chill was really, really beautiful. And also to do it with people we knew. Some of the ladies were clients of Casa Elm, but a lot of them we met for the first time. And it was just really a lovely experience for Black women to indulge in. In regard to the hotel, it's a space that I am very familiar with, and I've been going there for many, many, many years. And it was really another piece of my past that I was able to share with this group and just enjoy the space. It's so beautiful. You really get there, you don't really need to do a whole lot. The food is incredible. We were just talking and commenting about the food, but the area is in Oaxaca, the state of Oaxaca. It's along the beach. That area in particular is called Salchi, Salchi, and you fly into Hualtuco Airport. The airport code is HUX if you want to look into it right away. Hi, Geraldine. Welcome. And this gives you kind of like some general insight on what else is happening in other parts of Mexico that are not maybe as well known. But for me, way more beautiful in terms of beaches and things like that. It's just a very natural area to be. And we're going to have a lot of the same types of things that we did this past year in March, but we also added a couple other items and things to our menu. So we're excited to bring that to you. Yeah,
Yeah.
happening in March, March 16th through the 22nd. We also added an extra day because we found that people kind of had different interests, and we want to make sure that our new group gets to experience some of those things that they really would like to.
So if you are joining us, please be sure to like drop a hello so we can shout you out in
Yes.
the chat. And even if you are watching the replay, so what's up, replay gang? Make sure you say hello. We will be sure to say hello back. This is the optimal time to begin to secure your registration because there are payment plans. We want to make sure that it is feasible
Yes.
for everybody to accommodate it into their budget. And we are excited. Like Michelle said, we had morning yoga every day.
Mhm. Yes.
And some of the ladies who did not do yoga did have the opportunity to participate in a morning hike that
Mhm.
was beautiful around in the mountains and having the ocean right there with them. What else did we
Mhm.
do? We had a business networking event, I mean, luncheon that was really well received. I was actually surprised.
Mhm.
People were excited to talk about what they do, why they do what they do, and what they offer. And it just garnered more connection for the women
Mhm.
there.
Yeah, absolutely. Even for those who were retired and maybe didn't need a business connection, just learning about something that someone did. And if someone had like a future thing that they wanted to do, since retirement, they could have like, some connections on how to get help and how to, just kind of get started. I know for me, talking more with Kayla and understanding what she did, and now I work with her, I was able to kind of learn about her skill sets and things like that. And even with Sankitha, learning more about what she does and how I could potentially expand what I do through her as well. So it was just all around. Um, I felt like we covered a lot of bases, not just relaxing. For those who wanted to do something different or add these other
Right.
aspects, yeah.
And I was really surprised. Like it was well attended, everybody showed up and
Mhm.
very participatory in the conversation that took place. Also, we had a welcome dinner, and this time our welcome dinner is going to be a little bit more involved with not just food, but also ceremony.
Right, exactly. So we've added in terms of like, okay, so we already had a massage, which you can do either on the beach or in your room. I think several of the ladies did it on the beach. A couple ladies did horseback riding along the beach or water. That wasn't me.
And in the mountains, the
And
horses were in
yeah,
the mountains as well.
yeah.
Mhm.
And so they did that. We also, like Tracy mentioned earlier, you could do a morning hike for those who are more like nature buffs. I like going hiking as well. I'll just say that it is very warm there, even in March, and that takes place pretty early. We had a day in town to go shopping and really just kind of see that part of Mexico, which is very different from where we live, but it's beautiful as well, very natural, way more laid back and all the things. The shopping's awesome because things are a little bit less expensive than they are in San Miguel. But one of the things that I'm excited about that we're adding is the energy cleansing massage. Now, I've done it.
Right,
I
right.
did it because I was back in Oaxaca a couple of months ago. Like it's been about a month and a half now. And it was just such a different experience. I have experienced lots of massages in different places, different countries, Thailand, Switzerland, South America, South American countries, things like this. And of course, Mexico, the US, places that I've traveled to. That's like one of the things that I really love to indulge in. But this was a first for me. It was just very different. It was given by an indigenous woman,
Mhm.
and it involved a lot of breath work and just really things that felt really old and ancient, not ancient, but ancestral. And I just really enjoyed the experience. It was about, at least mine, I asked for about 2.5 hours, and it was just really beautiful. And I don't know, I really did feel very different. Now, it still had the hand touch in terms of the energy. It was sort of probably a mix between Reiki and a regular massage, but then you add the whole indigenous ancestral piece to it. Yeah, so we're planning to have that as an option for people to experience as well because it was incredible. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I can't wait to do it. So I will be doing it this time as well. And one of the things I did like about the day excursion was the group that stayed back. I stayed back with them, and the group that went, Michelle went with them. So I think this time around, I think did we agree to switch?
Yeah, I'm
Okay, so
fine with that.
so
It's hot.
we're switching. So she's gonna stay back, and I'll go for the day excursion for the ladies who want to go shopping and eat in town, just to get a different experience. Bring some. You brought back a beautiful cutting board and
Hmm.
a paper towel stand that was hand
Yes,
carved out of the local wood. And when I
yes,
say just the craftsmanship was just amazing. It was so like heavy and just like aesthetic.
yes.
Like I wouldn't even have used it. It would have been just like a centerpiece, like in my kitchen or something.
Yeah, or hang it on the wall. And right now it's at Hacienda, both pieces. That's why I bought it.
Okay.
But yeah, I saw those pieces. So they have many of, I just call it artisans along the road
Mhm.
to this area that we went shopping. And they have everything you can think of, furniture,
Mhm.
cutting boards, things you can hang on your wall frames and all that stuff. Some of it
Mirror
clearly is
frames.
exactly mirror frames, picture frames. It was really, and it's polished. So
Yeah.
it's just really beautiful. It's such beautiful wood, and I forget what type of wood it is. I forget what type of wood it is. I'll have to get the name and share that later. But yeah, it was lovely. And then the pieces I got in town, I was so
Yeah,
proud of
those,
my tie dye.
yeah, those were cute. Hey, Daphne. Hey, Khadijah. Hey, Geraldine.
Hi,
Glad to
hi,
see you guys
ladies.
here. If anyone is watching again on the replay, make sure that you say hello because we always say hello back. Um,
Yes.
what was I going to say? Oh, and so we have added some. If you go to the link is linked in the description. It will give you
Mhm.
more, obviously, about the experience and your opportunity to begin to secure your spot. There are only, we're doing 14 again. So, because we have a limited capacity, because it is a boutique hotel that we
Mhm.
are booking out. Michelle and I don't even stay there.
Yeah.
We rent a local Airbnb because we reserve the space for all of the ladies to attend and experience. I want to get to the food last because I know we'll spend a lot of time talking about the food. Actually, I think I'm hungry and my mouth is salivating just remembering how well we were served and catered to and what we were eating. So let me
Yes.
just kind of pause because I'll keep going about that. But we, gave the ladies the opportunity to slow down.
Mhm.
Like Sankeetha actually said to me, and we will have, ongoing lives or ongoing conversations with the women who
Mhm.
experienced it. So you guys aren't just hearing it from us. But she had said to me, she, no, or was it Erica? They didn't know that they needed this experience or they didn't know how much they were on the go. And
Mhm.
because this space was so remote and rural, it makes you slow down, which is something that your nervous system absolutely needs, is a reset.
Right, right. And falling asleep and waking up and listening all day to the sound of the ocean, like you can't help but really decompress. As I said, it's a place that I've been to often. And every time I go there, it amazes me how kind of like slow the day goes by. But then, of course, the week goes by faster than I would like. But I realize that I can slow down in my life, my everyday life more. But this really kind of forces it on you because you're there and you're just kind of like chilling or you're having conversation, eating good food. We'll get to that again. I just love it. You know, I love hanging out in the hammock, hanging out on the lounge chairs, hanging out under the palapas on the beach, whatever it is, and then being able to go back to the little restaurant and order food at any time. So it's just really one of those things where you're eating probably more than you normally would, but it's healthy. So you don't feel overstuffed. You know, everything's very fresh and things like that. Just the whole thing really brings this whole unwind aspect to the picture. So I personally enjoy that area of Mexico a lot.
Actually, because I've been to, Cancun and Tulum, my two favorite, and then also Puerto Vallarta, that side of the country. But my favorite regions of the country are Oaxaca
Hmm.
and Bacalar.
Mm.
Or the two different experiences. But I'm from the West Coast, I'm from Oakland, and seeing the Pacific Ocean in a way that is so blue and majestic and different shades of blue, when I'm used to seeing the Pacific Ocean, even in Puerto Vallarta, where it's just like, dirty and kind of murky, but this water reminded me of Quintana Roo in the Caribbean Sea because
Hmm.
it is so blue. I was astounded by, and just hearing the waves and how you were able to, it just makes your body just slow down automatically. And
Absolutely.
just having dinner in the evening and the table being set so picturesque. We did have a
Mhm.
photographer come on the second to last day, so our ladies were able to take, professional images just as keepsakes. We did do gifts to our
Mhm.
guests, which I really absolutely love. They got these amazing yoga mats
Yes.
to take home, and
Yes.
other things too. So there are going to be gifts again this time. We haven't decided what it's going to be, but each of our guests will receive gifts. And there's different rooms. So I guess we could talk about the rooms now.
Mhm. So it is it 3 stories? I think it's 3 stories. Not sure if it's three or four, but there's the main level. So if anyone really has a mobility challenge, there is one room on the main level that pretty much, when you open your sliding glass door, you can see the ocean. The restaurant aspect is right in front. But then if you are able to go to the other floors, each floor, I believe, has 2 bedrooms or 2 suites on each floor. We have several options. There are a couple rooms that are king size with a king size bed. And then there are, I believe, 2 or 3 rooms that have full size beds in them. And those would be rooms that would be for double occupancy. And you can see the pricing and the details and pictures as well on our We Travel link, which is in the description. And your view is the same. It's just how high up are you? So you're always going to have an ocean view. There's a balcony, and I believe each of the balconies have hammocks and seating outside, which is really lovely. So if you just need to chill, I know there were a few folks who maybe did the morning walk and they came back and they just wanted to rest or chill. That's a great spot. I remember, I think it was Erica again who said she fell asleep in her hammock, just resting or whatever. So it's really beautiful because we do have the whole hotel to ourselves. It is open to some of the locals to come for dinner or meals at the restaurant part, but the hotel itself is occupied just by our group and everything's arranged. It's all inclusive. There's not much you really need to do other than decide, do I want a massage? Do I want to horseback ride? Do I want to go shopping? Do I want to do all the things, or do I want to just do what's included? We're there, and again, we have a lot of activities as well. We also have the closing ceremony, which will be kind of like a fire ceremony on the beach, just us kind of setting our intentions, letting things go, and going back to our, normal lives with more feelings of abundance, peace, relaxation. And I think sometimes we just need to check in on ourselves and support with each other in regard to how fast am I moving, how much am I doing, and just kind of constantly be reminded that, all right, it goes by quickly, and sometimes we need to just tap back into peace and relaxation. So this is a great opportunity to do that. We're really excited to bring it back, and we had such an amazing, beautiful group, and it's an intimate experience. So you're really not distracted by a lot of exterior
Right.
things, you know. Yeah.
That's one of the things I do like about the things that we do. Michelle and I
Hmm.
have partnered together on a couple of things. The retreat is one of them. And we
Hmm.
really hone in on the intimacy and the connection component of what it is. I think we're not so consumed with the masses. It's more about the quality of what it is that we offer, and it allows us to be more intentional. So,
Hmm.
like, drop your questions, but take time to explore the website and the link. Let's talk about the food.
Let's wait before we talk about the food. Let's talk about the
Okay.
line dancing.
Oh, right. We did do
We had
that.
a whole line dance
Boots
going
on the
on.
ground,
We were trying to learn how to
the
do the
wobble.
fan boots on the ground, the wobble.
Yeah.
Who was teaching us? Kayla was teaching
Kayla
us
and
the
D.
boots on the ground, and Dee,
D did the
uh,
wobble.
right, the wobble, and who knows what else.
Yeah.
Electric slide, which Tracy said she had never done
No, I
before.
refuse. I refuse to
Oh.
let the electric fly. Y'all can, you can't revoke my black card because I'm blackety black, so I'm not even worried about that. That is just too many steps to me.
Really? I feel
Yeah,
like it's less steps than boots on the ground.
it's not even a cute dance. It's just more like a line. It's not even a sexy dance. Like the wobble is a sexy dance. It's like, oh, you can get a, but
You know
let's
what it is for me? Okay,
dip.
the boots on the ground, I think there was the part at the end, I was just like, I don't know, I kept getting confused with that. And then when I was just starting to get it, we decided to try something else. The wobble I like, I just don't even like that word. So it's distracting to my brain, the wobble. Okay, so
That is
yeah.
hilarious. Okay,
So yeah.
so that
But
was good. We
anyway,
did throw that in there. We did.
yeah.
We did throw
And
that.
it was not planned, but we had fun, and yeah, we'll probably bring it back. We're gonna learn
Yeah.
some new line dance. I'm gonna bring a Jamaican line dance.
Oh yeah. Do that. Do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about the food.
Let's talk
So let's
about the
start. Like, let's go
food.
breakfast, lunch, dinner. I think it'll keep us on track.
Okay.
Okay.
So first of all, it's inclusive. We all the things are inclusive. You know, we are tweaking some things based on suggestions we had from our former guests.
Hmm.
So basically, all things that are non-alcoholic are included. They do have kind of set menus in the evening, but there's always an option for what you choose in terms of the breakfast. So we started the morning with fresh baked bread, which was so yummy.
And jam
Right,
or jelly
and
or
jellies, yeah, homemade, kitchen made, handmade jams
let's
from the fresh fruit. It was
okay,
just
not
so
to
good.
cut you off, but let's talk about the women in the kitchen.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that.
That is when we talk about like Oaxaca being the epicenter for food in Mexico,
Hmm.
these women in the kitchen, they just like, I get it. Like I get it now.
Yeah.
I remember Sankeetha saying, how am I gonna go home now and eat? Like how, because the bar was set so high. And for anybody who is
Hmm.
a foodie or who appreciates the love experience that food can give you, meaning
Hmm.
like the main ingredient is always love. So that is in there. But the two women in the kitchen,
Yeah, yeah.
amazing.
He has a good staff. They're really well trained. You know, I know the history behind it, and I know where all the recipes came from. They are, you know, European based and things like that. The point is that everything is practically made fresh. Like I said, the morning we had our fresh juices. We
Mhm.
had our Oaxacan coffee, you know, tea of your
Oh,
choice.
the coffee was delicious.
Yeah. I mean, it was just so top notch in terms of just like it just felt very kind of like a gourmet delivered
It was
experience
absolutely gourmet.
every single day, every meal. And yeah, we're just, it's like you just show up and everything is like ready for you. We all sat at the same table. They always had us with our group together.
Mhm.
Everything was ready, and it was kind of also at your leisure. So it's not like everyone had to show up exactly at 8 o'clock. They started putting things out at a specific time. And for those who did yoga, things were ready for them. And for those who decided to sleep in a little bit, it was still there. And then we moved from that. Most of the time, we ended up just sitting there
Just
between
sitting there.
breakfast and lunch, talking until it was time to eat again.
Eating. Oh my God. Could
Mhm.
you just imagine somebody like if you had that luxury at home?
Yes.
Just you sit there and it's like, okay, it's lunchtime. What do you want?
Oh,
And
I'm working on it. I'm working on it, girl. Working
and
on it.
the food, the salads. For people who love salads,
Mhm.
that was one of my absolute favorite meals, and it was so ample. Just the freshness and the greens. One of the things that I did appreciate because I am a culinarian, like for real. I appreciated the women in the kitchen. They would go out to the garden and picnic.
Mhm.
So we had Nepalis, which is cactus, one evening,
Yes.
and I noticed they were out there picking the or cutting off the cactus leaves
Right.
and then prepare. Oh my God! And that was one of the
Making
that was
salad.
actually one of my favorite dishes.
I don't
That
remember that. Was it a salad or was it a part of a meal?
it was a part of the appetizer for the meal for dinner,
Oh,
and it
okay.
was really good. It was really
Okay.
good. But just appreciating like the fresh herbs. Honey is a big tea
Mhm.
person, so they would go out and pick the fresh mint, and
That's right.
and she still makes her ginger tea just like that.
I
She'll
love
just
it.
put the ginger in the water, let it steep for however long from what
Hmm.
she learned in Oaxaca.
I have to say, I think a part of the reason why we really appreciate, love, and admire these traditions is because it is a part of our DNA. It really is a part of our DNA. As you were describing the whole ginger thing, like my mom has been making ginger concentrate for the last 2 months. Like when I
Oh,
tell you I have bottles and bottles and bottles and bottles of
really?
ginger concentrate, yeah, my mom is on,
Oh
like
my
she's
goodness.
making sorrel. It's funny to see her just
Can I just
go.
like a sidebar of your mom and aunt?
Sure.
That's
Sidebar.
I love her mom and aunt.
Thank
Okay, go ahead.
you.
They had a
Yes,
birthday party a couple weeks ago. We can
yes,
have some.
that's right. So my mom, her birthday is tomorrow.
Happy
She
birthday.
is, yeah, she is turning 83, 83, and she's amazing. She looks good. She's so fit. And my auntie turned 98 on the 5th of September. So they're both born in this month. They're amazing. My auntie practically raised or helped raise my mom. So they just have such a beautiful, loving, but very feisty relationship. And I just absolutely love listening to them. I wish I just had like a recorder that was on all day because they crack me up the way they talk to each other. So thank you. I'll pass it on, Khadijah.
Tell them
So I'm
birthday.
yeah, so I'm just like excited for them to have the opportunity to be here. I feel very blessed and I'm very grateful. I think about life and as, the years fly by and we feel how we feel. And even in this moment for myself, I just have a lot going on in my world in terms of business and all that. It's like I always kind of have to tell myself, like, okay, stop for a moment, think about the goodness and the good things around you. And I think about like having family still alive and, elder family that is pretty, they're pretty fit. It doesn't feel like this kind of heavy weight on to be around them and to take care. Like they're not miserable, if that
Mhm.
makes sense. Because sometimes people age and it really becomes very stressful for them as well. Saying it with a lot of love and kindness and understanding. But to see them kind of just operate, my mom's cooking her food and she's helping dry the dishes because she wants to be active. It's just super sweet. So I'm enjoying them here and enjoying all of the, you know, things that are part of who I am.
Mhm.
And my mom's definitely like always in the kitchen. Like I'm gonna miss her when
Oh
she
my God.
leaves. Yeah.
I love. I went. Michelle had a birthday party for them, and we were there. And my favorite thing to eat of Michelle's is actually oxtails. And so oxtails was on the menu for the birthday celebration. And we had finished dinner. I mean, lunch, and we had our dessert and all of the things. And then I was like, I want a couple more pieces of oxtail. So I went in the kitchen, and I asked her mom. I said, "Is there oxtails left?" And I pointed to the bowl that the oxtails were in, and she was like, "No." And she went in the pot and she was like, "Here, don't say anything." And so she went in the pot and gave. She's like, "Is this big enough? Is this big enough? Is this?" And I just sat there in the kitchen at this high top table, and I just ate the oxtail. But it was like such a cute moment between us because it was like
Yeah.
we were both sneaking, even though who nobody would care
No, we
because
don't care.
it's just like such a cute moment that I'll just cherish forever.
Yeah, my mom is, I'm a lot like her. She loves to feed people. She's very much a caregiver in
Sure,
this
sure.
way.
You look like your mom. Like you're built just like your mom. You look like your mom. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's me familia. That's me familia. But yeah, food. We're still talking about food. Food at casa, food at the beach. Um, so just the experiences, and they're very well organized. I like it. It still has like kind of like a homey vibe in a boutique hotel setting, and I say that because you get like what's your order.
Hmm.
They take the dinner order because they usually have, I think, two or three selections. The staff kind of comes around and says, "Okay, here's what we have tonight." They give you the description of what it is, and then you tell them what they like because they're preparing each thing fresh.
For
And
you. Oh my
right,
God.
and it is a set time. I will say dinner is a set time. Lunch and breakfast is a bit more flexible. And, it's nice because we all sit down together. If you want drinks, margarita for those who drink, margaritas, mezcalitas, a glass of wine, a beer, whatever it is that, you consume. Or if you just want to stick with fresh juices and water and things like that, they also have that. So all of these things are included in terms of the price, the accommodations, the transportation to and from the airport. The Some of the experiences listed. We had a taboo talk as well. That was a lot of fun because half of us were in the pool and the other half were sitting on the edge of the pool, and we just had like a lot of things that we shared that I think sometimes women are afraid to bring up. We also had it where you can write your question out and not put your name on it. And this is a tradition that Tracy and I have continued here in San Miguel. We do monthly sister circles here at Casa Elm. The next one, if you're watching this and you're in town, the next one is October the 5th, and it's in the afternoon. And it just kind of, again, it creates a safe space for women to talk about women's issues and or anything that you may want advice on, and you can be anonymous or not. We always end up having a great time and having conversations that I think help us, at least me, realize that a lot of us have the same things on our minds, and always a lot of laughter. Like you weren't able to make the last one because you had your issue with your foot.
Okay, that's actually a good point. But go ahead, I'll finish, and I'm gonna bring up the whole foot issue.
Yeah, but it was cute because one of the ladies she wanted to know about, uh, I guess, just kind of like dating,
Mhm.
dating, but without all of the attachments and things like that. And it was just really fun, interesting conversation in the sense of she was just being very honest about how she felt.
Yeah,
And it was very light and funny, but also she was able to talk about how she felt, and a lot of us chimed in on it. So those are the kind of like moments that we will continue to have and cherish with the future retreats as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. So speaking of the foot issue, it is important that you pay attention to what to pack in the list, in the link for the
Yes.
retreat. because comfortable shoes is a must in Mexico. But
Mhm.
but if you I'm a sandals girl. I love sandals, and I have sandals, and we would walk down up and down to our Airbnb every morning and evening. And on my way down one day, I was wearing non-supportive Tory Burch sandals, who I love because they're so comfortable. But my ankle just went like this, and I didn't think anything of it, and I was fine, no swelling, no nothing. But when I came home from the retreat, I was literally on bed rest for 2 weeks. I could not walk. So
Wow.
just make sure that you have a comfortable pair of shoes for the terrain there, because anything can happen. And unfortunately, we are not spring chicken. I mean, in my mind, I'm a spring chicken, but
Me
sometimes my
too.
body wants to go against my mind. Um,
Mhm.
so pay
Yes,
attention to that. We just want to make sure that everyone is careful with what it is that they are doing and how their body is treated. Okay.
absolutely. Just also to clarify too, like where we were staying, again, Tracy mentioned this earlier, we are not at the hotel, but we're staying in a place very close, like right there where the hotel is. But the particular house that we stayed in, it was very uphill and very downhill, and lots of like, it was kind of like a dirt, wanted to be a
Pathway.
dirt pathway road, but not like really well done. Um,
Mhm.
but if you're in the hotel, like no issues at all. It's pretty flat in general. But if you are one of the individuals who would like to get up and walk in the morning, make sure you bring hiking shoes for that. Sandals won't do. Your beach wear and all that stuff will not do because the person who's going to guide you on that walk is very rugged and not very attentive to women's issues or problems because it's a man. So just saying, FYI, make sure you bring some good solid hiking shoes or something that good solid sneakers that will really support your feet and ankle because those walks are definitely, a bit more rugged. They're nice and beautiful. When I was there in August, um, I did like this, I did several walks, but the last one was so amazing, but really hard. And I just could not believe they had wild mango trees out in the middle of nowhere. I was so jealous. I was just like, now, if I were actually trying to grow a mango tree, it would be laughing at me probably. And they were just growing out there. So I was like picking mangoes in the middle of God only knows where I was. But it's still beautiful. So yeah, just prepare yourself for that, and we'll talk more. We'll definitely have a Zoom call on how to pack and things like that when we get closer to the date.
So, things to be aware of and things that you must have that we are requiring. Of course, it's going to be an amazing experience, but we want to make sure that the liability portion is covered. You
Mhm.
are required to have travel insurance that covers the airfare and medical evacuation in the event of an emergency. You are going to
Mhm.
be required to sign waivers to release liability. What else am I? These are the things that are going to be required of you in order to, secure your spot in the experience. Anything else that, and what's not included is the flight. So, depending upon where you are coming from in the country, meaning like if you're coming from the States or wherever you're flying from, make sure that you pay attention to the flight and the flight schedule. We will have Brianna back again to help us on the back end. So, there is going to be a WhatsApp group that is going to be a part of the experience and the communication. And
Mhm.
even in the daily communication during the experience, you will get updated in the WhatsApp group as well. Anything else that you could think of that I'm missing?
Not at this time. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. What's our best email? Is it?
It's
Let's see.
hello black blossom at gmail.com is the
Yes.
email. And if it's not in the description, I'll be sure to put it in the description for everyone.
Okay.
And you can always reach out to myself, which is hello at tracycollinsofficial.com. And then which one for you?
Or you can reach out to me at info@casaelm.com,
Yeah.
and we'll get back to you in one way or the other. And also maybe just kind of like the payment, the down payment amount, and then like there are installments that will allow you to kind of manage that process. If you can check out the website in the description to find out more about that.
This is also a good trip for because we do have two double rooms. So if you
Mhm.
have a good girlfriend that you want to share the experience with, a sister, a mama, anybody else. So if you wanted to reduce your cost just a little bit and share space and open the sharing space, you can, secure the space, you and your friend or you and whomever, and invite them along for the experience. So if you know of anybody who you would like to have this experience with, and
Mhm.
preface, this is a Black woman experience. So, and the reason for that is because Black women deserve protected, sacred space. And that's it, that's all. So please honor that. And we want to make sure that we curate this experience for those who deserve rest during
Yes,
this time and forever
absolutely.
always.
Absolutely, absolutely. So check it out. You can check out the We Travel. We'll continue posting. If you haven't already joined our Facebook page, please be sure to do that. That's also Black Blossom on Facebook.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think we covered a lot.
And then just making sure that you're subscribed to both Michelle and I's individual channels as well, because we're going to be talking
Yeah,
about it leading up to the point, and making sure that you are on both of our email lists so you can keep, with the updates that we have going on with the Black Blossom experience and then also individually in our businesses.
absolutely. So we're excited to see whoever makes it. Hopefully, we have some repeat people. And yes, as Tracy said, we do our individual things, but we're also excited to bring this to you as well. And we hope that we get to see some of you there next year in March. Yeah.
Absolutely. And again, if you visited the retreat last year, be sure to check your email.
Yes, there's a discount.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us for this live, and we will see you guys next time.
Thank you, ladies. Ciao.